Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on to your hats because the NFL rumor mill has just dropped what might be one of the most intriguing and game-changing trade speculations we've seen in a while. It involves Christian McCaffrey, the elite running back of the San Francisco 49ers, and the possibility of him landing in the Steel City. Yes, you heard that right, Christian McCaffrey potentially donning the black and gold. Now I know it sounds almost too good to be true, but the buzz is real, and the sources are pointing toward a trade that could reshape the AFC North in a major way. Let's unpack what this could mean for the Steelers, the division, and perhaps even the league at large. First off, it's worth noting that McCaffrey is one of the most versatile backs in the league. The kind of player who can run between the tackles with explosive power, catch passes out of the backfield, and make plays happen with his agility and vision. He's a true Swiss Army knife. And if he ends up in Pittsburgh, he instantly becomes a massive upgrade for the Steelers' offense, which has been trending in the right direction but still missing that extra spark to push them over the top. The trade, as speculated, involves the 49ers giving up McCaffrey in exchange for picks in the 2026 draft, specifically a first-rounder and a fourth-rounder. Now, that might seem like a hefty price, but in today's NFL, a player like McCaffrey is worth it. Especially considering that San Francisco, despite their impressive 6-4 record, has been dealing with injuries, and their roster is starting to look a little thin in key areas. The 49ers are always a team that emphasizes building through the draft and smart trades, and with the deadline approaching on November 4th, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they'd look to reset and rebuild with some youthful assets. What makes this trade even more compelling is McCaffrey's 2023 performance. Since joining the 49ers, he's been a dynamic force, racking up more than 300 multifaceted yards and proving he can do it all, whether it's rushing, receiving, or creating plays that keep defenses guessing. His ability to impact both the ground game and the aerial attack makes him a perfect fit for Mike Tomlin's run-heavy offense, which has traditionally thrived on versatility and physicality. Imagine a backfield with Najee Harris and McCaffrey. Opposing defenses would be in for a nightmare. Statistically speaking, McCaffrey's projected impact on the Steelers' offense would be enormous. In 2025, he's expected to have around 180 carries for roughly 626 rushing yards, averaging about 3.5 yards per carry, along with 4 rushing touchdowns. But where he truly shines is in the passing game. He's projected to have around 69 receptions for close to 692 yards, averaging 10 yards per catch, and contribute another 4 receiving touchdowns. Those numbers would not only boost the offense, but also give Kenny Pickett a reliable outlet, alleviating some of the pressure on him to make big throws under duress. And it's not just about the stats. McCaffrey's presence on the field would elevate the entire team's efficiency. His PFF grade is solid, around 75.0, ranking him as one of the better running backs in the league, and his EPA per rush is positive at plus 0.15, meaning he consistently gains value on each carry. Plus, his YAC, yards after contact, of 4.8 yards shows he's a tough guy to bring down, turning what could be minimal gains into significant yardage. Importantly, he's maintained good health this season, avoiding any serious injuries, which is always a concern with players of his style and workload. Now, looking at his career trajectory, McCaffrey has accumulated over 10 yards from scrimmage and scored 80 total touchdowns. His consistency and ability to perform in high-pressure situations make him an ideal fit for a team like Pittsburgh, which values toughness, grit, and versatility. Comparatively, if we look at the Steelers' own stats against other running backs, they tend to give up about 1.8 yards per carry more than the league average, which indicates an area that could be vastly improved with a player of McCaffrey's caliber. From the 49ers' perspective, shedding McCaffrey would free up about $20 million in cap space by November 2025, an important factor considering their ongoing efforts to extend key players like Nick Bosa and others on their defensive line. They're also prioritizing restructuring and extending their defensive front, which has been a strength but needs cap flexibility. The move could be part of a larger strategy to focus on their secondary and other areas, especially since their offense is averaging around 22 points per game. Good, but not elite. For the Steelers, with a cap space of approximately $12 million, adding a player like McCaffrey would be a game changer. It would give Kenny Pickett a premier playmaker who can do it all: run, catch, and even help in the red zone. The impact on the offense could be immediate and significant. Right now, Pittsburgh's offense is averaging about 526 yards per game, but adding McCaffrey could boost their points per game by around 5, pushing them to around 29 points, a number that could translate into more wins and better positioning in the playoff hunt. His presence would also help extend drives, control the clock, and keep the defense rested. With his ability to catch out of the backfield, he also takes some pressure off the offensive line, giving the offense a more balanced and unpredictable look. And let's not forget how this would affect the division. The AFC North is already a fierce battleground, with the Ravens, Bengals, and Browns all vying for supremacy. A player like McCaffrey could be the X-factor the Steelers need to leap ahead of the pack. His addition would elevate Pittsburgh's offense to a new level, making them not just a playoff contender but a real threat to challenge for the division title. And who knows, maybe a deep run in the postseason. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the implications for Super Bowl LVII are tantalizing. Odds makers like DraftKings currently give the Steelers around plus 2,000 to plus 850 to win it all. And with McCaffrey on board, those odds could improve dramatically, potentially as much as a 14% increase in win probability. Think about it: a run-heavy, efficient offense that controls the clock, combined with a defense that's been opportunistic and aggressive, could make the Steelers a real dark horse. McCaffrey's ability to generate explosive plays and sustain drives would help Pittsburgh stay in games longer, wear down opponents, and give their defense more chances to create turnovers. In terms of fit, McCaffrey's skill set aligns beautifully with what the Steelers are building. They're a team that values physicality, discipline, and strategic attack. Adding a player of his caliber would give them a true offensive weapon that can change the entire dynamic of their game plan. It's like adding a Swiss Army knife to an already versatile toolkit. The run game would become an unstoppable force, and the passing game would open up even more, creating mismatches that defenses simply can't handle. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the 49ers are willing to part with McCaffrey, and whether the Steelers can make the cap numbers work. But if this trade does happen, it could be the pivot point that pushes Pittsburgh into a new echelon, transforming them from a good team into a true Super Bowl contender. The AFC North is already stacked, but with McCaffrey, the Steelers would have an added edge that could be the difference between just making the playoffs and going all the way. So, Steelers fans, keep your eyes peeled. This could be one of the most exciting developments of the season, and it's shaping up to be a story that will be talked about for years. The future of the Steelers' offense might just be about to get a whole lot brighter, and it all starts with the possibility of Christian McCaffrey heading to Pittsburgh. This is a game changer, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Do you think this move would put Pittsburgh over the top? Would you be excited to see McCaffrey in the black and gold? Or do you think it's too risky? Whatever your thoughts, we want to hear them. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news. This season is shaping up to be one of the most electrifying in recent memory, and with a potential move like this on the horizon, the excitement is building. The Steelers are always about resilience, grit, and making the impossible happen. Maybe this is the move that takes them all the way. Thanks for sticking with us, and as always, go Steelers.